Hello, Buckeye fans. Jeff Rash here. Welcome to the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaching Show with your head coach, Mr. Alan Metzel, coming off fourth win.
Yes, sir. We'll take it.
4-0. 4-0. So, very exciting game. So, we've got a lot to talk about today as far as what happened in the game. It was a tale of two halves.
No doubt.
A lot like the Dallas Cowboys today.
A lot like that.
A lot like that today. So, So before we do that, I thought it'd be fun to play a little game here. So everybody in town, you've been around here a long time, but a lot of folks may be new to town or don't know you as well as they'd like to yet. So I thought we'd just do this game called Ask Coach.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
All right.
You just answer them as honest as you can. There's probably not any wrong answers.
Gotcha.
Okay? First of all, you have a family.
I do.
And they are?
My wife, Jana.
Right.
My daughter, Grace. And my son, Luke.
Who is currently serving in the military.
82nd Airborne.
Make sure that Luke, we appreciate your service. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
And you also have a brother who's a colonel.
He is a colonel in the Army stationed in Japan right now.
All right, good deal. And you actually are not just an athletic director and head football coach, you're also a pastor.
That is true.
And you pastor where?
Chapel in the Woods Christian Fellowship outside of town.
And how long have you done that?
13 years now.
13 years. That's
13 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
It's a lot of moonlighting.
A lot of double duty. That's it.
So as a pastor, I'm sure you have a favorite life verse.
Yes, sir.
Could you share that with everybody?
I would say Psalm 27:4. You know, it's when David was praying to God and he said, you know, if I could ask one thing, this would be what it is. And that's it, that he could dwell in the house of the Lord forever and gaze upon his beauty all the days of his life. And that's kind of a goal of mine.
Yeah, so that's a life verse.
Yes, sir.
That's good. I think it's important to have a life verse.
I agree.
We all ought to have one. Mine's Romans 12:2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another
Do
good
not
one.
conform any longer to the pattern of
To
this
this
world.
world.
We
Be
actually
transformed.
used that one today.
Yeah. Oh, did you
In
really?
church.
In
We sure
church.
did.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So now I'll just ask you a couple of rapid fire questions. Like,
Okay.
for example, Bill Belichick or Jimmy Johnson?
I'm Jimmy Johnson, Cowboys.
Jimmy Johnson.
Even
always.
though Bill is pretty good.
So this one's a little
Yeah.
harder. So Brett Favre, Troy Aikman.
Oh, that's not hard at all. Troy Aikman.
That's Troy Aikman. Always.
Absolutely.
I see a theme developing here. Is that right?
absolutely. Yeah, there's no question there.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So Cowboys definitely your favorite.
Roger Staubach's my hero.
Really?
Yeah, Captain America, buddy. He's the best.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
That's who you grew up in that age,
Yes,
right? Where
yes.
that was it.
Yep.
So you're a diehard Cowboy fan.
That would be an understatement.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I don't paint my face silver or anything, but aside from that, yes.
Yeah. So you like pies or cake better?
Pies probably.
What's your favorite pie?
Lemon icebox.
Yeah, that's the wrong answer. You live in Gilmer. It's supposed to be sweet potato. You just lost half the fan base you had.
Sorry,
We
guys.
better stop the questions
Yeah.
right now because he's just
not a sweet potato
We were doing
person.
so well there for a while, and then we just went off the cliff. So we
That's
better
it.
just talk
Yeah,
football
we have to
instead.
edit that part.
Yeah, we'll edit that part. So let's talk football.
Okay.
Because man, this last Friday night was
pretty awesome.
yeah. I have extra gray.
Oh, I aged 10 years.
Yeah, that was
one night.
I'll be honest with you. I was talking a little bit of trash on air, which teaches you humility, because I really didn't expect that. I didn't expect them to be as good as they were, and they were legitimately a
They were
good
good.
team.
They are.
I didn't expect that from their quarterback. He was way more accurate.
Yeah.
A lot of short passes, but he was laying on the money.
Right.
I didn't realize 3 had the wheels he had.
He's a
You know,
dude.
the little
Yeah.
receiver,
He's a
the
little
inside
Swiss Army
receiver.
knife. Yeah.
Yeah, he was good at all of it. We knew their back was going to be
Right.
good. He's a
D1,
D1 commit to Baylor. Yeah, so we knew he was going to be a handful, and he was.
Yes.
But they had a few more weapons than what I anticipated, you know, and I thought they were a good football team. Good up front, big up front,
They
both
were.
the defensive line and
They
the
were
offensive
sound
line.
schematically. Yeah.
Yeah, good football team.
Yes.
So we came out a bit sluggish, and it was one of those games. It was kind of like Henderson. Things just couldn't. We just couldn't get momentum
Shooting
going.
ourselves in the foot.
Right. So we went in the locker room, 3
21.
touchdowns. Right, 21 points down.
right.
So everybody in town wants me to ask you this question, so I have to ask.
Yeah.
So I hope you'll answer this question. What do you say? Because the second half of play, completely different momentum, completely different team on the field almost. What, as a head coach, do you say in the locker room in that situation?
Well, it's not like there's this is my down 21 speech. You know, we don't have that. First of all, as a coach, you never want to think you'll be there. But, so I'm going in and just thinking, all right, Lord, give me the right words. And, I felt like it was important for the guys to understand. We always say own the situation. And so I wanted to own it before them, and I let them know, guys, I own this. This is a reflection of me. And I think, in doing that, I wanted to make sure it wasn't, well, it's this and that, and I'm doing this and he's not doing that and all that. I wanted them to understand, I take it. I'm responsible for that. And so I said, now I've said that. Now that doesn't change the score. So what are we going to do from this point forward? So let's quit worrying about what we haven't done. Let's focus on what we've got to do. And so I said, in order to do that, it's not a cliche. We have to do it one drive at a time, and we've got to have the defense go out and get the ball back to us, and then we've got to go score. And we've got to do that a time or two to where we get them to think, oh no, here they come.
Panic.
And I said, no,
panic sets in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we can get them to that place, then we're on them, and they're going to have to figure out how to stop us. Well, we came out and we get the fumble, and as soon as that happened, the guys were like, it's on. And so here we went. And from that point forward, it was the mind thing of us having the understanding that all we've got to do is just keep making plays, and then they had to deal with the negative of, oh no, here they're coming.
Yeah.
So, there's no trick. It's trust your teammate, trust the plan.
Yeah.
Incredible senior leadership. I mean, they did not flinch. They really believed when we came back out, we can go win this, and they did. And so that's
remarkable.
That's a testimony to them. And so as much as I would never like to be down 21 at half, that's going to be a real positive for us.
What is your demeanor in that situation in the locker room? I mean, are you from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 yelling and screaming?
In that scenario, I was a 1.
You were calm.
I was calm. I was talking just like this right here.
This was your demeanor.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
Now, there's times where, there's times I will raise my voice, and they'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But
I've seen you do it.
Absolutely. But, you have to know your team. You have to know the scenario. And that's why I was saying it's not like a scripted thing. You just have to have a gut feeling on what do they need right now.
So it wasn't a win-win for the Gipper speech.
No.
It was way more okay, settle down.
Yeah, get refocused.
One play at a time.
Do the plan.
Yeah.
Get the momentum back, and then we're going to go beat them. And they did it.
That's amazing. Yeah, the second half, you could just see the energy level.
Yes.
We were talking about it on the broadcast, you could see them humming across the field, putting their helmet on the ball, trying to strip the ball, trying to get the ball back. I mean, you can see them intentionally. You're going to see some film here after a while of people going after the football.
That's right.
So I thought it was remarkable. It was a very exciting game.
It was.
And I would rather not ever have any of those
Same
again.
Here.
And listen, we've got a team just like that coming to our stadium this coming Friday.
Yes. We knew coming in that Lindale would be the best team we'd played yet, and that we can say that again now. Because they're 7 out of 11, state championships.
Yeah.
They know how to win. So we have got to go play our best. We can do that.
Which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
So let's dissect this game a little bit more. Let's do it play by play. And so the first thing we're going to look at here is
First drive of the game.
the first drive of the game. Okay, and this is Dylan Flewellen, who had a great night.
He did.
Scored 3 touchdowns in the same corner.
Yes, sir.
That's his favorite place to be, right down here.
He likes that one the most.
He likes that corner.
Exactly.
So we'll remember that play going forward.
Absolutely.
That'll just be called Dylan's corner. That's
corner.
the play,
There
Dylan's
you go.
corner. So this is a touchdown, little fade route to Dylan.
Yes, sir. Brandon does a great job. Depending on where we are in the field, he's going to throw a different trajectory on his ball.
Just look at the touch on that ball.
It's perfect. I mean, he just set it right on his outside shoulder. Dylan did a great job of setting up himself. You can see him. I've got him circled there. You're going to see his footwork right off the ball, and then he's able to break to the outside. Ball drops right in his hands.
Perfectly thrown ball.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was textbook right there.
Yes, sir.
How many times have those guys run that play?
Hundreds,
I mean, literally hundreds.
Yes, I mean, probably 20-something times in a week, each week, all the way back to two-a-days. So, we're going to get a lot of reps of that, no doubt.
Well, that was great.
We went for 2 coming off right off this. So we went for 2 as I felt like that was a play we wanted to get out into a game.
Yeah.
And then we also, and I didn't put it on here, but we also tried an onside kick right off the bat, and we didn't get it. It was one of those things where we went into the game, and I told him, I said, when we score, we're going to go for 2, and then we're going to go for an onside to try and get the momentum and not let their tailback get the ball. Unfortunately, we didn't get the onside kick.
Yeah. Well, it was a good game plan. We knew something was coming because when Dylan scored the touchdown, he runs off the field and starts running down the sideline right behind us. And you chase him down. All the coaches are grabbing him because that was in the script.
That was his
And we could tell because normally you wouldn't be the one chasing him down to get back out on the field for the extra point attempt.
Correct.
So when you started enthusiastically chasing him down, we're like, oh, they're fixing to go
something's
for two.
Up.
Yeah, something's up.
Fortunately, they didn't see that.
Yeah. So let's jump to the third quarter because that was where it got really fun for us, and we want to focus on fun for us.
You bet.
So third quarter, this is where it started shifting right here.
That's right.
They fumbled, turned over the ball for the first time in the game.
That's right. Here they are. They're trying to run a zone read play, and the quarterback is reading our defensive line. He can give it. He can pull it. I've got circled here Bryson Jimerson, who's going to make it through. They're reading him, so the quarterback tries to pull it, but they have a problem there, and it puts the ball on the ground, and here goes Bryson with the recovery. And, of course, that's when all our guys were going, here we go.
This is where you can just start feeling, okay, hey, wait, there's a turnover.
It's on.
You only need about 2 of those to get back in this game, right?
That's exactly
And you ended up getting, what, 4?
Yes.
4 turnovers in the second half. Completely just different game.
Absolutely.
So let's go to the next play. This was a clutch play because you guys come out and score 3 scores in 7 minutes.
Right.
Right from the top.
After that fumble, we went down and scored.
Yep.
So they get the ball back here. So now we need another 3 and out. So here they are, 3rd and 7, and they're running a pass play. Looks like the guy's going to catch it and get the first down. And here comes Davion Smith with a hard hit, knocks the ball out, which is continuing that momentum.
Yeah, big time.
That's huge.
Big time, because they were laying the wood to them defensively.
Yes.
I mean, they were really coming in and striking pretty hard. That was a clutch play because it was 3rd and 7.
That's right.
Which makes it force them to turn the ball over.
That's right. They end up punting, and, of course, we go down and score again.
Yeah. So that big hit on 3rd and 7 is what led to the next score. So this next one is a fly route by Mason.
Fly route by Mason. He
had a good night.
He really did.
He had a good night.
Had several big catches. You're going to see him here at the top of the screen. And Brandon drops back, throws another great ball. Mason, he throws it to his outside. Mason's able to move away, catches it, and gets into the end zone there. Again, it's another one of those things that every week on a Monday, we're going to work that route for a whole segment, where it's nothing but the quarterbacks and the receivers working on that pass play every single week.
Yeah. So let's keep it in the family. You got Mason Hurt. Now let's jump over to Parker Gillo.
Yes.
This is a kickoff.
That's right.
We need the ball again. We needed 2 turnovers.
That's right.
At least we already had 1. We needed a second one. Didn't know how it was going to come. I was hoping it'd be a Rowan Flewellen interception again. But it ended up being Parker Gillo helped us out on this one.
Well, we kick off. This is right after Mason's touchdown. And they get a pretty good return. They've got a good athlete back there, number 23. He's one of their better players. You're going to see him come into the picture. There he is. He's cutting through our kickoff team, and Parker and his hustle comes from behind and strips the ball out right there. And we end up getting another turnover on their side.
You can see everybody's going nuts in the stands. I mean, they really were.
Absolutely.
So that was, again, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is a steamroller.
Exactly.
You know, the momentum shift here. It was
for us,
palpable.
It's building. For them, it's building in a negative way.
Yeah, and you could see the panic. And I was really shocked at their coaches. I know it was early in the third quarter, and he probably wanted to save his timeouts, which is wise. But, you know, a lot of times in that case, it's good when you've got that much momentum building to take a timeout. Let your guys reset, kind of ice the other team. I mean, did you expect him to do that? Or?
Football is a little different in basketball from the standpoint they're so precious. Usually in the first half, you'll use them a little more liberally. In the second half, you try and save them to the end
just
in case you have to have that last drive and get the field goal team out or whatever the case may be. So I don't know that I'd be surprised. It's not a bad move if it's what it takes to stop the momentum.
Yeah, let me ask you a question I think a lot of people want to know. That was a deep kickoff there.
Right.
So you pull Hernandez in, but then every once in a while we'll do a putsch kick. What determines that?
A lot of it depends on what they're doing on their return. A lot of it depends on who is back. Sometimes it has to do with the wind. Sometimes, there's various things that we're trying to get done. Sometimes we're setting up something we're going to do later. So we just discuss, have they hurt us deep? Do they have a guy that we feel like that we can pin inside the 20?
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I don't want to get too deep into some of our thinking and give
Sure.
away thoughts, but maybe to start the game or whatever, you're going to say, okay, we're going to be aggressive here and kick it deep, or maybe at the start of the first half or second half, excuse me, as opposed to maybe later you're just going to pooch it and try and get him to fair catch it right there at the 30. So it just depends. Sometimes it can depend on how many of you guys on the kickoff team are gassed from being on defense or offense.
I always kind of wonder what the decision
There's a handful of things that will go into that.
So a while ago I talked about, we figured that Rowan would maybe get another clutch interception. He did.
He does.
His third interception. Now remember, he's a 15-year-old.
That's right.
This is a sophomore playing out here with some big guys.
That's right, in big
and
games.
he has had 3 interceptions, almost 4th. He dropped one.
Right.
And 2 of those have been in clutch timing. And in other words, we need it now. They're driving. We need to stop this drive and get back in this game. Rowan pulls one out.
He's got a real knack for this. And so he lines up over his receiver. The guy runs a tube route into the middle of the field, and he just undercuts him, picks off the ball. Again, our guys are just going crazy, knowing that, okay, it's time to go do it. It's time to go win this thing. It went from we got to catch up to now it's time to go win it.
Yeah.
So
this is at the point,
yes,
right? Where
that's exactly right.
Going for it.
That's right. So here we are, and again, we're going to throw another go route, and we put it up this time for Dylan, and just a tremendous athletic play to go up and high point the ball in between 2 defenders there.
Well thrown, well played there by Dylan. I mean, that was double coverage.
Yes, right in between the zone.
Pretty gutsy to even throw it up there. You got that safety coming over the top, but and for a long pass like that, it was a well thrown ball though.
It sure was.
This next one is back to Dylan. This is the second one.
Yes.
In the corner.
This will be a fourth quarter. So here again, we get him singled up on the DB out there. We're inside the 10. Brandon's going to throw it out there again. Dylan goes right to where he needs to be. Again, the practice of him going to the spot Brandon knows he's going to be at. He drops it right on him.
Yeah, he wore number 19 out all night last night.
He did a good job.
The guy had a rough game, I'm telling you.
That would have been tough for a lot of guys.
So Smith had a good night.
He did.
He ran hard all night, fought hard, played well defensively as well. This was a big run here.
It was. Davion had over 130 yards rushing. This was a 38-yard run here. It really put us in position to get our next score. They were offsides. Why you see the flag. He does a great job.
I was afraid that was our penalty.
Fortunately, their guy was offside. Dylan got a great block on the corner and flipped the field. Yeah. So that right there is what we needed. When you're trying to play a team like them, you got to take chunk plays, and this is one of those. So great job by him.
Yeah, that was a big chunk.
Yes.
Yeah, nearly 40 yards. I mean, so yeah, big play. And then we're going to go back to the last Dylan touchdown, same corner.
Exactly. So, we've been running this fade route on the guy, and so now he sets him up with a post corner route. So he breaks inside and then back out, and Brandon throws it a little bit short, and Dylan uses his athleticism, goes up and grabs it over the defender with just a tremendous catch.
Now, they're still in the game at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a high-scoring game.
That's right.
I think we were picked, I don't remember, 20-point favorites or something, and they were picking us like, I think it was 32-14, something like that. And I was like, no, this will be a much higher scoring game. Our score is going to start with a 5. I just didn't know theirs was going to start with a 4.
Exactly.
Right? So that was the difference in mentality. Right. I knew our offense put up a lot of points. I just didn't think they would be able to put up that many offensively. And so they're still in this ball game at this point. And we needed this play because this is 4th and 4.
You bet.
And you notice where the ball's sitting. It's at nearly midfield.
Right.
You're just across midfield into their territory.
Right.
But you turn the ball over right here on downs.
It's going to be tough.
And now it's up to your defense.
That's right.
It's up to your defense to keep them out going into overtime.
That's right.
And so you decide
to go for it.
And you use the right guy to do it. But I thought he's down. If you go listen to the replay of the game, and I'll tell you right up front, I said, and he'll never make it. Because when he was in deep traffic and he was running out of room, he was on the sideline, and watch what he does.
Yeah, he just does an amazing job. We brought over our backs to kind of unbalance the defense, try and get extra bodies, and then just put it in a playmaker's hands. The backs do a great job.
So you should have been down right there.
And
Twice.
he does a great job of ripping through the pull on his jersey, stays in bounds, and makes a play.
Yeah, roll that back to the sideline if you would, where he gets to the sideline. And look at this. So we're coming to the short side of the field, too.
Right.
So you're coming short. Everybody's loaded to the left now, and we're coming to the left side. They know we're coming left now because we shifted.
Right.
Look right there.
Yep.
Right there, he should have been forced out of bounds. And if not there, 2 more steps, right there, he should have been jerked out of bounds.
And yet he didn't.
And yet he didn't.
That's right. And that's the difference between.
And that's what put the nail in the coffin
that
right
was
there.
it. Right
that was
there.
the play.
That was it.
So, yeah, it was an unbelievable game. So, now, we got that one behind us, and that was fun
Yes,
and
sir.
exhilarating, and I don't want any more of those.
I'm with you.
But you got another one coming this week.
We got a great
Okay.
team in Carthage. Scott Surratt.
You got 2 great teams you're playing in these top 10. You got a bunch of good teams in there, but you got 2 great teams, and they're state champion teams. They're programs that know how to win, just like ours. And the first one is this one, and then you got Pleasant Grove on game 10.
Right.
So game 5, Carthage, our stadium. What's up?
Well,
What are we looking for?
First of all, it's what you want. If you want to go win it all, you want to be able to play big games.
Yeah.
And the only way to get good at playing in big games is to play them. And, to get to play it here at Gilmer, that's definitely something that we're grateful for, to have our fans in our back, or had our back just like they were the other night.
Yeah, and I thought DJ Bull did a great job.
Incredible job.
Keeping the
stands
crowds
were awesome.
going, everybody, and the crowd.
You felt
And your
it.
guys, you guys
feel
feed
it.
off of
Oh,
that,
yes.
right? I
No
mean, you do
doubt.
when the crowd's into it.
That's exactly right. So that was huge. So having that again this Friday will be big. Carthage, I could say the same thing every year. They're going to be big. Their offensive line is monstrous. You're going to look at some of their guys on defense and go, good gosh, they've got multiple guys that look like number 4, just big, long, athletic guys. They're extremely well coached. I don't have to try to convince you when they've won as much as they have. So they have a team like they usually have. Yeah. For us, we are wanting to flip this to where we're the ones that they're going, we got to go get them, and in order to do that, you have to beat them, and it's been a few years. So it's time to do that. Our guys are excited. They're not thinking, gosh, I hope I can. They know they can.
Yeah.
We just have to put it together and make sure that takes place by not playing 2.5 quarters, not playing up and down and being inconsistent.
You got to be perfect for 4 quarters. Yeah.
That's right. You've got to put a whole game together to beat a team like this.
Yeah, you can't have a half like you had here and beat this team.
No way.
You just can't pull it off.
No.
So here's a big factor everybody's talking about. We're coming into this game 4-0. They're coming into this game 1-0.
Right.
They've only played 1 football game for different circumstances, hurricane, different things. They've only played 1 game this year. So my question to you is that good or bad? In other words, have they been spending 4 weeks just focusing on Gilmer and coming and scouting us and be ready for this game, or is the lack of experience and play time going to work against them?
Well, I think there's good and bad, both. They have been able to focus on us, yes. Are they going to be healthy? Should be, I would think. Are they going to be fresh? Yeah, I would think so. All those things, those are positives. However, I wouldn't trade from this standpoint. We've gotten to play for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
We've gotten to mess up in games to get things fixed.
Yeah.
It's one thing, you can do things in practice 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
But it's different when you go out here and you've got that tension of a game. So I'm not in any way saying how that'll affect them. I just know for us, I'm glad we've gotten to play. I would prefer doing that.
You wouldn't trade
And I'm
with
sure they would have preferred to play too.
Well, it's going to be a great football game, folks. If you like high school football, this is about as good as it gets.
Yes, sir.
Gilmer versus Carthage.
That's right.
That's two. And Gilmer Pleasant Grove, I'm going to say the same thing that week because that's turned into a real rival.
It has.
But if you really want to go and look at 4A rivals that are big time rivals. It's Gilmer Carthage, and so this is going to be.
It's a big one.
This is going to be fun if you're a fan. So if you can come out and get tickets, and come to the game and yell a lot. Bring noisemakers. These guys really respond to this.
No doubt.
And I tell you what, I say it every week, but the energy your young coaches bring to the field down here.
They love the game.
It is amazing.
That's
and
awesome.
it gets the crowd going.
Sure.
And I mean, it's just a cycle, you know?
Right.
So come and yell, bring noisemakers. We need to fill all the seats that we're allowed to fill in the stadium, and let's sound like we have twice the crowd we do when we don't have a COVID situation.
Make it 100%.
We need to make it a hostile environment for the visiting team this time around, and that'll be a big momentum. That'll help us right from the start. I mean, from the first down, we need to really
sustain it.
Show we're an army of Buckeyes, right?
You bet.
So let's do that. Those guys will really appreciate it. I know these coaches will. So thanks for playing our game a little earlier, even though you answered that question incorrectly. And I'm so excited about this game.
Yeah.
Carthage Bulldogs versus the Gilmer Buckeyes right here, 7:30, Jeff Traylor Stadium. If you can't make it to the game, be watching online. We'll bring it to you. And we're looking forward to a barn burner of a football game. Right. Two great programs. And these two guys could be going for all the marbles.
It'd be great to play together again.
Yeah, it would. So it's going to be a great game, and we will see you on Friday night.